All right. Well, nothing wrong with a little live music on a fine Friday here with the Summit FM. Welcome to the Wayside Furniture Blind & Sons Studio C. Today, we have a very special acoustic visit, and we welcome Flatland Cavalry. Give it up for these guys. Yes, yes. Flatland Cavalry is at the Agora Cleveland tonight, Friday night, and coming through. Well, we have kind of an acoustic duo version. So we have Cleto and Reed, and welcome, gentlemen. Thanks for coming in today.
Thank you so much for having us. Yeah, it's good to be here. To us, this is a musician's morning, one in the afternoon. So
right.
Yeah.
Well, and the hard living on the road. You guys have a whole nother, I think, another week or so on this tour. But you came in from Detroit last night, right?
Correct, yes.
So the timing worked out. That's just a hop, skip, and a jump from good old Cleveland, Akron area. So welcome back to Ohio. How's this tour been going so far?
So far, so good. This is actually going to be our second show on this tour, and it's going to be 5 weeks from here out, and then we'll take a week off.
Okay.
And most of everybody in our camp is going on a cruise that's held by one of our managers. They're going to go float around the Caribbean and stuff. So, so we got something to look forward to at the end of this 5 weeks.
I mean, that's kind of exciting, especially considering that they put you on tour in Ohio and Michigan in January.
Yeah. Yeah, no joke. The Arctic tour, Reed says.
The Arctic tour.
It's a tour, but at least I asked those same questions. I was like, man, we're playing. Like, I want to serve the people up north, but like, do we go during January? Like, whose idea was that? But clearly, all of y'all showed up today, and people showed up last night. So thank you for being here, and it's an honor to be here.
Yeah,
so.
Thanks for being here with us. This is great. Well, let's get some live acoustic music. Which song do you guys want to play first?
Well, since it's the morning, we're gonna play a little morning love song right here to start off. So, called "Mornings with You." A fresh pot of Folgers, the smell of the rain blowing through the window, the sound of a train. I can see a new day through the promise in your eyes. Wish I could cling to this moment for the rest of my life. I used to think the good life was burning up the night, but running with the devil is a dark and lonely ride. Sometimes it takes an angel to change your point of view, and now I live for mornings with you. Summer to fall and winter to spring, you make waking up and feel like a dream. The still of a sunrise, the peace that it brings, quiet as a prayer, the kind that leaves your heart singing. I used to think the good life was burning up the night, running with the devil is a dark and lonely ride. Sometimes it takes an angel to change your point of view, and now I live for mornings with you. Think the good life was burning up the night, but running with the devil is a dark and lonely ride. Sometimes it takes an angel to change your point now I live for mornings with you. And if I get to heaven, it'll feel like deja vu. If it's anything, oh anything, if it's anything like mornings with you. Like mornings with you. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Well, you are listening to a live Studio C session. We've got Flatland Cavalry in our Summit Studio C, a private performance acoustic for our Summit members. And it's Cleto and Reed of Flatland Cavalry who are performing tonight at the Agora in Cleveland. And now this acoustic setting is kind of special because this is a full band at the show tonight, like a six-piece, right?
Yeah, we're a six-piece. Yeah, there's a lot of energy on the stage, lots of different elements, and everyone has a different musical background, so that kind of comes through the show.
Comes through into, but the acoustic versions of these songs shine through really nicely. Does your stuff kind of begin in this set? Do you get to do live acoustic duo very often, or?
Not so much these days. There's always a moment in our show where we'll take it acoustic, but initially for myself, started playing when I was 18 years old, and I got a guitar when I was 14, started writing songs 17. As soon as I could go out and play in public, I would, and it's always a joy to get to break it down to just acoustic and tell stories and tell you where the songs come from, and but it is also beautiful too to play with the band, and they bring it all to life and
right
blossoms.
Well, and give us just a brief backstory on Flatland Cavalry. I understand this is kind of a university thing that came together about 5, 6, 7 years ago now?
Yeah, so in June of this year, it'll be our 10-year anniversary.
10 already?
We met each other in Lubbock, Texas while going to school at Texas Tech, and we got started out in a garage there, and I met Reed and our drummer and bass player, and initially, or afterwards, our fiddle player and utility guy joined. But just moved to Lubbock with a dream in our heart to start a band and, keep your eyes open and keep your heart open to see how's this thing going to take off, and ran into Reed and the guys. And we just, as soon as everyone graduated, we hit the road and started touring. And we didn't have no one was writing songs for us. So I just, figured, well, we got to have stuff to play. So I was kind of picked up songwriting and and then we took it on the road, and people started to come out, and we started to spread our roots, and now we found ourselves playing up here in Cleveland, and 1,000 people are showing up to the show.
I mean, Texas is kind of like its own universe down there. A lot of ground to cover. But did you kind of start in like Texas, Oklahoma, whatever, around there?
Very much, yeah. So we're based in Lubbock, which is the furthest place away in the Panhandle to try to tour from.
Right, perfect.
But as soon as we would take road trips to Fort Worth, Austin, Texas, College Station, and we really just kind of spun around Texas for a few years, and then Oklahoma, New Mexico. The circle started to get bigger.
Yep.
And but we were driving ourselves in that van. We used up like maybe 7 of our 9 lives out there. Oh
man!
Still got a couple left. So.
How many miles did the van finally retire, and what was the mileage?
It retired in Yakima, Washington, on the side of a hill. Yeah, it gave up the ghost, and luckily we had just played a brewery, so we had a bunch of beer in the trailer and just kept ourselves hydrated.
Wait for rescue.
Right. So we're on our second van, and now we're in a touring bus operation, and we have a couple of those for this tour. It's the first time we've ever had 2 and a big crew and all that stuff. Yeah. And so, like I said, we just started in the garage with ourselves, and you make do with what you have, and make some lemonade. And
right.
Yeah.
Right. Well, Flatland Cavalry are guests here for the Summit FM and Studio C. How about another song, gentlemen? Which one do you have next for us?
2,000 miles an hour. Yeah, I couldn't sleep very much last night. The bus kind of rocks and rolls and stuff, and so I'll get to thinking about stuff, and then I'll be like, man, I should probably write this down. And rather than play this game on the bus, I'll just get on my phone, which probably keeps me up later. But I was thinking how you never really know what's going to happen in life. You take it day by day, you have a dream, and you start walking into the dark, into the unknown, and you end up catching up to your dream, and you realize, like, oh man, I still don't know where we're headed, where we're going. And all the people that I thought knew what they were doing, where they were going, my parents, mentors and people I look up to, they will tell me the same thing. Yeah, we were just kind of running on faith the whole time. We didn't really know what was going to happen, and so I kind of think about that sometimes, and I think that's where this song came from. As we're flying by the seat of our pants at 70 miles an hour, sometimes it feels like 1,000 miles an hour. It's the name of this song right here. Well, every now and then I like to toss a couple back. On the weekends with my buddies while we talk a little smack and search for answers in the flames of a rusted Weber grill. Making plans to change tomorrow, though we know we never will. And ain't it sad and funny that we don't know where we're going and nobody knows where we're coming from? And don't it break your heart to know we're sitting here together, bound to drift another world apart, running 1,000 miles an hour just to get back to the start. If you wanna know the truth, we've both been dealt a hand or two, but I wouldn't have it any other way. We just keep chipping at the stone and stripping away what's overgrown, and learn to find the beauty in the pain. But ain't it sad and funny that we don't know where we're going and nobody knows where we're coming from? And don't it break your heart to know we're sitting here together, bound to drift another world apart, running 1,000 miles an hour just to get back to the start. We only got this moment here, we chose love over fear, and I wouldn't have it any other way. But ain't it sad and funny that we don't know where we're going and nobody knows where we're coming from? And don't it break your heart to know we're sitting here together, bound to drift another world apart, running 1,000 miles an hour, 1,000 miles an hour, 1,000 miles an hour to get back to the start.
Oh, just terrific. Flatland Cavalry acoustic in Studio C. This is for our Summit members here, and a Friday special before their show tonight at the Cleveland Agora. Our Studio C sessions are made possible by Wayside Furniture and Blind and Sons. And I'm Brad Savage. We have Cleto and Reed, 2 of the 6 of the full band that'll be playing tonight. So, guys, give us a virtual tour of Lubbock, Texas. Like, what's your hometown like?
There's a college there. There's a local radio station like you guys that support the local music scene, which is kind of the watering hole. There is a place called the Blue Light Live where we got started, and they only perform original music, and on Monday nights they have songwriter night there, and so there's a place to play and express yourself, and a radio station that might play your song, and a campus full of kids just like you that have that same youthful spirit, and it really is a special place. There's nothing aesthetically too beautiful about it. They say on a good day you can see the back of your head because it's so flat. And but other than that, I think there's something that lends to, there's not much to look at, so your imagination kind of runs rampant, and there's a lot of, there's a bit rich musical history there, starting with Buddy Holly. Waylon Jennings is from Littlefield, right outside, and so there's just a long lineage of artists that come out of there.
So, but Texas is huge. How long of a drive is it to like Dallas or Houston or Austin or whatever?
I think it's about 5 to Dallas. And then Austin, 6 hours, 8 hours to College Station, where the A&M Aggies reside.
Yep.
And it's a huge state. And one time we actually played from Texarkana to El Paso, and we didn't fire our booking agent for whatever reason after that. But 12 hours.
12 hours across one state.
Yeah,
that's pretty wild. But so you kind of owned your chops there and started out doing the Texas scene. Tell us a little bit. We hear that term sometimes about Texas country or red dirt country, and so give us kind of the explanation of what that is, what that means.
Yeah, I just think Texas it's got a defiant spirit, a spirit of being unique and expressing yourself and standing for what you believe in and stuff, and I feel like as big as it is, there's lots of different nooks and crannies to go tour and to see and play, and where different artists come from. It's just a big place that I think allows for it to kind of have that the Nomer Texas country. I kind of call it Texas music these days, but I always tell folks we're a country band from Texas.
Right.
But yeah.
Yeah, and then the other question we get all the time, especially because of our Sunday morning show, Americana Roundup, we always get, well, what is Americana? And I think the answer might be, well, what isn't Americana? It can be a lot of different sounds, but how do you guys feel about that, that universe of Americana and roots and alt country and all of that?
Yeah, I feel like as much as we've toured and seen the country, we kind of pick up a little bit of everywhere where you come from, so I can kind of relate to the Americana, tag, if you will, but I think it's just a melting pot of all the different styles of music that, this country land that we all come from is, garnered. Mm-hmm. So, whether kind of what Flatland Cavalry does is whether it's country or we have a little bit of rock. Reed's got some rock influence, and folky, whatever it is that we do, I think we just want it to be kind of song-centric and, about the message and everything. And if it's got banjo on it, maybe it's country, if we just will put whatever the song calls for it on there.
Right. Well, that's what's kind of fun about it, the melting pot of many sounds and influences, It's just great American music. So, well, Flatland Cavalry, our guests here in Studio C. And how about another one? Which one do you want to play next for us?
Since we played you a couple sweet songs, we'll tug at your heartstrings. And this is a song that I wrote with our producer, Dwight Baker. And when I came home and played it for my wife, she's like, "Is this song about me?" And I was like, I don't know, do you feel convicted about when you hear this song? But I think that's what I love about good songs is there's truth hidden in them, and they kind of, you see yourself in them through those 3 chords and the truth, like Willie said. This one's called Don't Have to Do This Like That. You scream my name. Well, haven't I learned my lesson? Always guessing when the next storm will rage into a hurricane. And we scream some more, a midnight summer's dream, caught between sorrow and a slamming door. We don't have to do this like that, coming at it like a heart attack. And all our tears can't wash the hurt away. It's a shame we had to fall this far to find the bottom of a broken heart. Ain't nothing left down this path. We don't have to do this like that. And I'll take the blame and take it on the chin and confess my sins, let you in, but it can't be guilt and shame all the time. I changed my mind, there ain't no turning back on a one-way track. We don't have to do this like that, coming at it like a heart attack. And all our tears can't wash the hurt away. It's a shame we had to fall this far to find the bottom of a broken heart. Ain't nothing left down this path. We don't have to do this like that. We don't have to do this like that, coming at it like a heart attack. And all our tears can't wash the hurt away. It's a shame we had to fall this far to find the bottom of a broken heart. Ain't nothing left down this path. We don't have to do this like that. Hey, We don't have to do this like that. We don't have to do this like that.
We are live for another Studio C Summit members session here on the Summit FM, and we've got the acoustic setup with Flatland Cavalry, Cleto and Reed here today. And Cleto, shout out your lovely wife as well,
Yeah.
a name that many folks might recognize.
For sure, she's a singer-songwriter from Tulsa, Oklahoma, named Caitlin Butts.
And we've played her music as well here on the Summit. And speaking of Americana, I saw her do an Americana Fest showcase either last year or maybe the year before in Nashville. But a great band. And so how does that work? Like having, another full-time touring songwriter, and how does that work in the family dynamic and, building a life together?
Yeah, it's pretty complex, to be honest with you, but also, paradox too is it's very simple, because whenever I first met her, this thing that I fell in love with, guitar, music, songwriting, led me to this person who also has the same gig as me. So she understands if I don't pick up my phone at 1:30 in the morning, I'm probably talking to somebody or doing something, I'm not being a silly goose, but
right.
she understands the gig, so it's we have a lot of grace for another, and I mean, don't get me wrong, it's a challenge to be on the same page. And she's currently in Key West, Florida, and I'm up here in the cold, and
that's a trade-off right there. Yeah.
So it's we're in two different places, and we have a song in our catalog called Parallel. It's kind of about that, where I tell her, I'm like, hey, I'm here, you're there, but in spirit, I'm still right there with you. It's still the same, So we just just kind of double down on that feeling.
Right. Well, and speaking of not picking up the phone, it might be not picking up the phone at 1:30 on a Friday. It's like, honey, I'm doing a radio thing in Akron.
Yeah.
Come on. I'm here doing the radio session, but no, this is really nice getting to know you guys a lot and hearing some acoustic songs. So what's next for the rest of 2024? What's on the agenda this year?
So we're on the Wandering Star tour, touring this record that we released in October called Wandering Star, and we're going to be playing all over the country, and we actually have our first, at the very end of the year, we have a big arena show booked in our home state of Texas. It hasn't been announced or anything, but we have just going to, play these songs to people like yourselves and to whoever will listen, and try to cultivate that feeling of love and home, even though we are away from it, so everywhere we go. That's the goal.
And I wanted to ask, you guys have seen a tremendous amount of success in recent months, streaming-wise, right? Like well over, 2 million or 3 million or so, like tons of streams on this stuff. And but how did that happen? How did that all come to be? Did you ever foresee that kind of viral nature of your music?
No, I never saw that coming. We had a lot of help from, like I said, we've been in the van touring and playing for people from the beginning, just sowing seeds everywhere, and word of mouth really was kind of what helped spread our name around, and getting songs on the radio. And recently we, working with Interscope Records, they created opportunities for us to have a song in the new Hunger Games movie and stuff like that. And so that's kind of blown our listener base open pretty considerably. So that's exciting.
Well, you might expect that for, what you consider like the popular country music, but you guys are doing a much more traditional or type of sound, and maybe you're just finding people that are open to that type of, classic sound that haven't really heard that before. I don't know.
Yeah, I like I said,
I hope so.
Yeah, it seems to be working. I mean,
Yeah.
we just, luck. I believe in luck too. Preparation, meeting opportunity, and we're always open for all the opportunities that we get to, perform for anybody. And once again, when you boil it down to the simple elements, like the message and the song and the heart of what you have to say, and someone on the other side of that being a recipient of that, maybe it's what they needed at the time, whether it's in, a pop country format or Americana or just whatever, all the different sounds we can kind of put forth.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, continued success. This is really just great, and I love listening to your stuff, and excited to for a big year for you guys, including the Cleveland Agora tonight. Let's do one more song here with our friends Flatland Cavalry. Which one do you want to wrap us up with here?
We'll leave you with the title track on this for this next one, and this idea came to me, like I was mentioning to you earlier. You don't never know what's going on, what's going to happen. You're kind of just, chasing the unknown all the time, and knowing that the moment's always going to provide. And if your eyes are open, your ears are open, your heart's open. And I had written this song with my friend Ben Chapman, and just we ended up recording it and stuff. When it came time to name the record, I was like, historically in our projects, they've been named after like a line in a song or something of that nature. And we have a bunch of lyrics on this one, so nothing was bubbling to the surface. And my wife's from Oklahoma, and she has some like trade show folk art of a native man with his with eagle's wings, and he's kind of like doing like a dance. And the word that came to my mind was dancing eagles. That's probably what his name was. And I was like, what would my parents have named me? And then Wandering Star just kind of shot up to the surface, and I realized, oh, that was a line in this song. And so just kind of followed that feeling right here. But this is our story of traveling around for the last 10 years and just wandering around like some stars out there. This one's called Spinning. Should have gone home for the band came on. Could have called a cab before it got bad. Should have known when to walk away from a game I ain't winning. Here I go again, spinning around a dance hall, here I go again, spinning. Rooting on a burned out bar would be a hiding place for a wandering star. Darling, you look lost and I feel found. Guess the universe is on your side when luck and loneliness collide. So hand in hand, merry we go round. Well, here I go again, spinning around and dance hall, hoping I don't fall. Yeah, I'm glowing, floating higher than the ceiling, and feeling 6 foot tall. I'm not sure why tonight I thought it'd go different. Here I go again, spinning. Spin me around a time or two. Well, here I go again, spinning around the dance hall, hoping I don't fall. Yeah, I'm going, floating higher than the ceiling, feeling 6 foot small. I'm not sure why tonight I thought it'd go different. I'm not sure why tonight I thought it'd go different. Here I go again, spinning. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Well, another great Studio C session with Flatland Cavalry acoustic, and a full 6-piece band will rock the house at the Cleveland Agora tonight. The Studio C sessions are made possible by Wayside Furniture and Blind & Sons, and if you are listening on the radio, this is a special audience of Summit members here at our radio studios in Akron, and you get invited to these when you become a member of the Summit FM. Just go to TheSummitFM. And ladies and gentlemen, how about one more hand? Thanks again, Flatland Cavalry.
Thank you for listening.